Hello everyone, welcome to this week's vocabulary lesson. So I want you to cast your eyes over the screen and see if you recognise any of these words. Well done if you recognise them from our science lesson earlier this week. So our vocabulary lesson this week is going to be all about those properties of materials. And we even have a few extras in here in our vocabulary lesson to help us for the rest of our science topic as well. So let's see if you can remember what any of these words mean. So pause the screen here and have a go going through each word and seeing if you can explain what they mean. Okay, let's see how close your own definitions were. So here are some dictionary definitions, and you'll notice, or you might notice, that some of them are not exactly the same as the definitions that we had in our science lesson, but still generally the same, meaning the same thing. Okay, so the first word, stretchy, means able to stretch easily, can be pulled apart into a longer shape. Then we have stiff. That means doesn't change shape easily or rigid. Then shiny, so glossy, sparkly, giving off light. Dull means low brightness, so not very bright. Boring, you might describe it as, and not colourful. Bendy means soft and flexible and can change shape. Not bendy, the opposite, means it's rigid or stiff. Waterproof, we know lots about that word, doesn't let water in. Not waterproof, lets water in. And then these two new words that we didn't look at last lesson in science, we have opaque, which means not see-through. So for example, I would say that this banana is opaque. I can't see through the banana. I can see around it, but I can't see through it. And then transparent means see-through. So can you think of an example of something that is transparent? Okay, so you probably said windows. That's the most obvious answer, isn't it? Okay. So let's play again now. We're going to play opposites. So whichever property I say, I want you to try and say back the opposite of that property. So thinking about those definitions that we've just looked at, what is the opposite? Okay. So what is the opposite of stiff? Can you write down what you think the opposite of stiff is? So there's a couple of answers that you could have chosen for that one, for the opposite of stiff. You could have gone for bendy, because bendy means soft and flexible. It can easily change shape. And then you could have also gone for stretchy, because that means it can be pulled into a longer shape. So stiff means it can't change shape. Stretchy or bendy can change shape. Okay, let's look at the next one. What is the opposite of shiny? Okay, so opposite of shiny would be dull. So it means shiny means that it reflects light and very bright. Dull means doesn't reflect light, not very bright. Okay, let's see what the next word is going to be. What is the opposite of bendy? So the opposite of bendy would either be not bendy, as the most obvious one, or rigid or stiff. All of those words mean that you cannot bend it easily. Okay, next word. Okay, what is the opposite of not waterproof? Okay, so hopefully you said waterproof. So not waterproof means that it lets water in. Waterproof means that it does not let water in, doesn't let water through. Okay, what is the opposite of opaque? The opposite of opaque is transparent, because remember, opaque means that you can't see through it. Transparent means that you can see through it. Okay, another little game for you now. So this is, we've got a few questions here, which you don't have to write down the answers. You can just discuss, so talk about the answer with somebody in your house. It might be sitting next to you now, or you could go and find them. Or if you would like to write it down, then you're more than welcome to. So this is kind of a game of have you ever. So have you ever worn something shiny? And if you have, what was it like? So pause here to talk about something shiny you have worn. Then, have you ever worn a waterproof coat? What did it do? Pause here. Have you ever seen something opaque? What was it? Pause here again. And finally, have you ever looked through something transparent? And what did you see? Okay, thanks, year one. See you later. Bye.